What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today I'm going to show you how to get this look using the Morphe and James Charles palette. This week on my channel, I'm going to be uploading different looks featuring this palette because I want to do a really in-depth, full-blown review and not just do one look and then give a first impression review. So with a palette like this, it's a lot to tackle, it's a lot to take on. So I'm doing about 4 or 5 eyeshadow looks. I'm going to be comparing primer versus concealer for a base. I'm going to be comparing this to BH Cosmetics, and then of course I'll just have regular old tutorials using this palette, so together we can all really get a feel for this. And then I'm going to have a full-blown in-depth review, so be sure to check out my playlist listed down below of all the videos that are going to be in this week-long series. So I just wanted to jump in here really fast, explain the process of the videos and why I'm doing it this way. So let's go ahead and get back to this video. This is my 4th time using the palette, so I'm starting to get a little bit more familiar with it. I'm not gonna lie, the palette is a little bit tricky. You kind of have to crack the code and get familiar with using and working with the shadows to be able to not struggle. But once you're able to figure out how certain shadows work and what you need to do to finesse them, it gets a little bit easier to use. And I was spending a little less time today on my makeup than yesterday, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna go over, show you how I got this. And before we get started, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on my future content. I will have a playlist with all the other tutorials and review with the James Charles palette linked down below. So be sure to check it out if you haven't seen the other videos yet, and let's get into it. So today I'm actually gonna try setting the base. So I just used the Morphe eye primer again, and I'm just setting it with a mixture of canvas and flashback. See if this helps with any of the patchiness issues. I'm not sure if it will. So for today's look, I really want to do the typical like sunsetty, I guess, eye with like blues and purples on the lid. So see how this turns out. First, I'm taking B and I'm just gonna lay that down in all over my crease. And then I'm just taking that same brush we used to lay down the transition colors with no new product, and I'm just going to blend the edges. And whenever you see me using this brush in this video, it's never going to have any eyeshadow on it. It's strictly just going to be used to blend. Now I'm going to go in with the shade You're Kidding. So excited to use this. And I'm just going to keep this closer to my actual crease. And then now I'm just going back in with the yellow brush with no new color to blend the edges. I feel like setting the base just like dims the color a little bit. I can't help but to feel that the shadows would be slightly more pigmented if I didn't set the base. Taking the littlest bit of Rusted, and I'm going to blend this in.
Off camera, I spent a lot of time finessing this and blending the edge so it wasn't so choppy looking. The video would just be so long if I let that in.
Going back into our old friend Escape, and I'm using this on an e.l.f. contour brush. The brushes I was using before were Real Technique 203 blending brushes. Love those. And then with this guy, you really have to just pack him on. If you move it around too much, it will start to pick up on itself and get a little bit patchy, so just really pack it on. I'm putting this on the outer edge of my eye. I'm gonna be putting this on the outer lid and then into the crease. Alright, so on the lid, I just cut my crease. I'm going to be taking Cola on the center and then Brother on the inner corner, and we're going to see how this works because I know that these are going to be really tricky to pack on. I'm gonna go in with the color Artistry and put that on top and see what happens.
The situation here is that I tried applying Artistry with a brush and you can see that bit of patch. So I accidentally grazed the brush over a little bit too far and went on top of Escape and it got a little bit patchy. So I cannot express enough how finicky Escape is and how you cannot touch it or like try to blend it out because you'll just end up with a patch, and it's really hard to go back and pack color on top of that.
Okay, so this is the top half of the eyes. Of course, packing on pigment, you're going to get some fallout. So I'm gonna make makeup wipes. Just wipe it away. Also gonna use a makeup wipe to just clean up my edges.
On a Morphe M432, I'm just taking both Playground and Escape, and I'm gonna pack that onto my lash line from outer corner almost all the way to the inner corner.
Now I'm taking a combination of Brother and Playground, and I'm gonna try to blend out, although I don't know how successful this is gonna be. Now I'm gonna take some, like a little bit of the black to darken up the lower lash line even further. I added a little bit of Artistry to the lower lash line, and then I'm just going to go ahead and bring this highlight around. This is Glazed Donut by Ofra. And then I'm just gonna take a little fiber brush to whisk away the little bit of fallout that I got. And I'm just gonna work on blending this up into the yellow. Here is the finished look. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, I guess. I guess I'm not the biggest fan of the red, orange, yellow mixed with blue and purple. I think I want to do this lid color again and maybe have like a reddish, burgundy-ish color in the crease instead. But now that I've had some time to figure out how these shadows work and what to expect from them, I had a little bit easier of a time today. I think that the warm tone shades that are pressed pigments blend a lot easier, and they're easier to work with than the cool toned pressed pigments, which are the blues, the purples, the greens. Those ones are still a little bit more tricky, and with Escape especially, it is so finicky. The slightest little, even if you blend an edge, it will start to get patchy and pick up. So you really have to pack the color on, and if you're somebody like me, you can't go like this and scratch your eye or whatever, rub it if it's itchy, because you'll have a patch and a bald spot from where you rubbed your finger. So you just have to be very, very careful when you're wearing these shadows, and especially the purple shades. But yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of these shadows now.
For the first time ever, I forgot to film an actual outro, so thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.